Hi, this is Lucky Robin, and this is update 14 of the 2016 French Biointensive Organic Raised Bed Garden series. This week I have harvested the herbs pretty roughly. Cut the marjoram way back. Took some off of the tricolor sage, some off of the thyme, some off of the parsley, and some off of the golden sage, which I need to do again. The red flowers are coming back really strong in here. I did take down some of the celery because it was just sprawling all over the place and making it really hard to walk by the paths. But I still have enough in here going to seed that it should be fine for seed collecting. These flowers are starting to make flower heads again, so they'll be coming back nicely probably in another week or so. German chamomile is finally starting to look nice. I harvested the chives quite harshly as well. They were all over the place, so they're doing better. The hyssop is starting to make flower heads. And the English sorrel, not yet. French sorrel. The French sorrel is coming back after having been cut back pretty far about a month ago. The snow peas, oh my goodness, the snow peas. I have been harvesting about, oh my goodness, okay, there's major dog action going on a couple houses away. I've been harvesting about a half to 2/3 of a gallon daily on the snow peas. It is really hard to keep up. And then, oh fudge, I thought that was a weed. That's a parsnip. Oh well, guess now I know for sure what the parsnip foliage looks like. Oh, that smells good. Well, maybe I can throw it in something like a salad. First year growing parsnips, bound to happen, right? Onions are doing fairly well in here, and so are the carrots. Okay, that is definitely a parsnip, so I'll know to leave that one alone. There shouldn't have been any parsnips in the onions though, but that's from that squirrel that messed around in here. The sorrel's doing okay. It's still bolting. It keeps putting up flower heads. I think I'm just done trying to stop it at this point. I'm also going to let this one bolt and let loose seed. The heliotrope is starting to make flower heads again. I thought I had completely killed that, but it's come back okay. Starting to get some size on our onions here. Lots of yarrow. I gotta start harvesting this. I just have not had the time with all the other stuff. Echinacea. Maybe in another week this will be blooming. The blossoms on the potatoes are open now. Last week they were there, but they were tightly closed. The cayenne have flowers on them. And the onions and shallots are doing well on this side too. We're starting to see some size. And these ones are a little smaller, but that one is quite a bit bigger. And that one. Carrots are doing nicely over here. Still nothing ready to be picked. And the radishes, they're growing. I don't know how well though. These are ones that won't be ready for 60 days or 45 days depending on which ones I planted. I planted two different kinds in here and I don't remember which was which, but I wrote it down so I'll be able to figure it out. More snow peas. And this little thing is really blooming nicely. Alright, The garlic, I did pull one. It seemed awful small. I don't think I can leave it in here much longer though. It might get a little more size, but I think if we start getting any rain or anything, it'll start to rot. So probably I should just pull it and forget about getting any more size on it. These ones are all bolting, so I've been feeding them to the chickens. We've been using the green onions as we can, and we've been giving some away. I've harvested the purple basil this week, and I don't know, it's not doing as well as I would have liked. Maybe it's just being shaded out too much by the onions, and once they're gone it will do better. Still getting some strawberries in here, but not very many. Okay, the bees balm over here is a lot smaller, and it is putting up flower heads, but it hasn't bloomed yet. The sorrel that we divided and put over here is starting to put out flowers as well. Harvested the basil pretty hard this week, twice actually in the last week. It's doing pretty well. Getting lots of nasturtium flowers now, which are edible. I haven't actually picked any yet, but I am going to, and I'm going to put some in salads this week. The cabbages are doing really well, as is the bronze fennel. This cabbage, I think I will be harvesting before the week is up. Put a couple cauliflower starts in here. They haven't stood themselves up yet. It's been like 4 days and I've been watering them, but I don't know. They're not going up right. And they should have by now. But it has been extraordinarily windy. This is the first day I've actually been able to come outside and film, because it has just been, the wind noise has been so horrible that you couldn't understand anything that I was saying when I did. The little Brussel sprouts are forming. They're getting bigger than they were last week. Hello, birdies. No, I don't have any goodies for you. Cosmos need to be deadheaded really badly. That encourages them to bloom more. Well, at this rate, they just need to be thinned out badly, especially around this tomato plant. Haven't seen any signs of tomatoes yet on this one. We've got zucchini. I'm just waiting for these to get sized up big enough. There's one in here. That's getting close. But we got about 4 or 5 in there, and they're just taking their own sweet time. Now, got some cookneck squash starting. There's one that's bigger. And of course the yellow zucchini, we've got 3 of those. Waiting for them to get bigger. Seems like all I do is wait for them to get bigger. Zucchini and summer squashes are my absolute favorite thing. So this plant is getting ridiculous. I think I'm gonna have to tie it to the big stake because it keeps wanting to fall over. Now I did see an actual tomato here earlier this week. There it is, right there. That's the yellow pears. But I haven't seen any yet on the black crim. And I haven't seen any yet on the Lillian's yellow. And of course, I've been picking the blossoms off of the Opalka because I want it to get taller. Yeah, I do think I'm going to have to tie that down and then trim out some of these excessive branches. Otherwise, it's just going to want to keep falling backwards. Alright, over here, we've harvested all of the broccoli, unless there's a plant in there hiding. I put in some more cauliflower. The cauliflower over here that I put in, this one is not standing up completely, but it is standing up in the center, which is what I want to see. This one is standing back up, and all of the rest of the 6-pack is doing fine. The dinosaur kale is starting to really take off now that there isn't a bunch of broccoli shading it from the light. The Siberian kale is doing okay, but it's not as healthy as I'd like to see it. The lacinato kale is starting to recover nicely though. Yeah. This is a cauliflower, I believe it should be. The only cabbage I planted in here is Savoy, and that's over there. These onions are starting to get some size on them. I was starting to doubt that they ever would. Okay, the Savoy cabbage is starting to ball up nicely. I mean, it's been balling up a little bit, but now it's starting to get some size to it. The peppers have really exploded this week. I have seen some itty bitty little peppers on here on some of the plants, but I don't remember which ones. Let's see, that looks like it might. No, that's just not. Yeah, maybe we'll find one. Well, they are there, but you know, they're elusive when you want to find them. The cucumber, ooh, I can pick that one today, it's finally big enough. But the cucumbers, I've got about 3 that are big sized in here, and then there's smaller ones forming. I think. Maybe 2 days on those 2 and they'll be ready. And there's a couple more down there. I keep trying to make the cucumber stick to these 2 trellises. They want to come over here to the one that belongs to the cantaloupe. So I have to keep bringing them back and trying to weave them through. And then weave them back through so they don't try to grow into the peppers. Limited space gardening is not so much fun sometimes when you've got sprawly plants. But hopefully this melon will take off soon. I don't know. The peppers tend to be blocking it. Oh, there's the peppers that I was looking for. There's one. And, oh, I didn't know there was a bigger one. Take a look at that. That is really long. And there's another one. And these are Anaheims. So, and there's some smaller ones on the other Anaheim plant as well. So yeah, ones I saw earlier in the week were itty bitty. So they've really grown a lot this week. Okay, I think that just leaves the bed here, which got harvested pretty harshly by my mother when she took lettuce down to the food bank. Keep telling her not to cut the central stalk, but I don't think she listens. But hopefully they'll all come back. Lettuce is pretty resilient when it's cut and come again. And here's the bee balm, and I'm going to be able to start harvesting some of this. Both the flowers and the leaves are good for tea, and they make a really good tasting tea. I find it really good, so good that you don't need to add sugar or honey or any kind of sweetener at all, and it helps with immunity. I like to combine it with calendula petals and yarrow and make a tea when I'm feeling sick or have a scratchy throat coming on, and it takes it away. So this is one of my favorites.